So today we're going to talk about groups and organizations, and I'm going to introduce a few approaches as to how we might examine group dynamics and organizational processes. So the first approach that we might look at is the group experience. And collective effervescence, as explained by Emil Durkheim, is one of the best ways of explaining how a group works based on the identity that one develops over time as a result of being in a group. So collective effervescence is basically the ability to create a moment within the group that allows a person to feel like that they're more than just an individual, that they have a connection with the group, and together they have this experience together. So really it's almost a consciousness that one develops, that the group is greater than its parts, or the whole is greater than its parts. Sometimes people might explain their experience or collective effervescence as a spirit. So you have a spirit of society or a spirit of community that one has just by being part of that particular group. So maybe patriotism, being an American and what that might mean, that of course it's more than just you as an individual, but rather how you're connected with this greater whole. And there's a sense of pride in that, and that's one example of how a spirit of society might work. Or if you've ever been a part of a religious experience or some sort of momentous occasion, because you had this collective experience, this is also sort of an example of how collective effervescence might work. The reason why collective effervescence is so important is that it tends to build cohesion between people because it's rooted in this highly emotional experience within the group. So in that sense, it creates a kind of solidarity and perhaps even a collective identity that persists over time. Just the more that time that you spend with people and the more you have these very special moments with them, the more likely you're going to create an identity. Maybe it could be something as interesting as being part of a sport group, like a soccer team or a football team. Or it could be collective effervescence can exist within a family, and the experiences that you have as a family, that you belong to that group. And really that's sort of the basis, really, this feeling of belonging to a group. The idea is also about how that the experience of just being in the group is transformative, that is something that you can't experience alone, and it's definitely not just an ordinary experience. It's something that really brings people together. So maybe for example, during 9/11 and how that brought people together and they felt connected. And this was, of course, an extraordinary moment in American history that you would not otherwise experience alone or in ordinary times. So really at that moment, you felt joined together. And that's a very good example of collective effervescence.